Hey guys, it's Ben, CEO and founder here at Bold Deals, and today I want to share with you the exact attribution tool as well as feedback loops that we use to get consistently highly qualified, motivated seller leads who need to sell as opposed to just wanting to sell here in 2025. Now, the reason why I'm so excited about this video is due to the fact that I haven't seen anybody else on the marketing space or any gurus talk about this, and I'm happy to be the first, right? So with that said, I want to go over to the iPad and talk about exactly what we're going to cover today. The first thing is the real solution that we use to get, like I said, highly qualified, motivated seller leads, the one tool that agencies and wholesalers lack, which negatively impact their lead quality and proper data attribution. If you don't know what data attribution is, don't worry, I'll walk through that here shortly. The inbound marketing flywheel that we use, how it works to get you what you want. In this case, that's appointments, contracts, and deals as opposed to just leads. Now, we're also going to talk about how to optimize for the proper conversion event and leverage the theory of constraints to scale your business. So diving straight into it, I want to share with you our lead tracking sheet. So I'm going to jump over to my computer and share with you, walk you through what this lead tracking sheet looks like and how we use this tool for our clients to see where the best leads are coming from. That way we can go back to our campaigns in the ad manager and pinpoint where these leads, where these deals are coming from, which campaigns, which keywords, things like that. And we can train and feed that data back to the algorithms, whether that's on Facebook or PPC, to, like I said, get consistently highly qualified leads as opposed to getting inconsistent lead quality. For example, you'll work with an agency for 2 months, it'll be doing well, lead quality is great, lead volume is great, and then all of a sudden it crashes. Our goal is to prevent that. Now, if you don't know much about me, my name is Ben, and over the last 4 years, we've generated $15 million in documented assignment fees for wholesalers as well as real estate flippers. We have clients right now that do anywhere from 2 deals per month on the low end to as many as 40 deals per month on the higher end. And we currently manage a little over $500,000 per month in ad spend across Facebook and PPC. With that said, let's dive straight to the computer and show you our lead tracking tool. The entire objective of this tool or sheet is to conduct solid feedback loops with Facebook or PPC or whatever the marketing channel is in order to produce 5 to even 8x better results with your marketing. Because one thing that I see that most agencies or most wholesalers lack is proper data attribution. So the question is, what is data attribution and how do we actually use it to scale your wholesale business? How do we find exactly where the best leads are coming from, where the best appointments are coming from, and more importantly, where all the best contracts and deals are coming from? That way we can scale our campaigns properly, right? So going over to the sheet here, the way, or for context, what this is it's basically a lead tracking sheet that we have where we're able to track every single lead within a campaign. For example, we use this sheet for all of our clients. So each client has their own sheet. This is obviously a template, by the way. And what we do is every single lead that comes in, we automate it to come in to our lead log, right? So we see what day they came in, what campaign it came from, the name of the lead, address, phone numbers, right? So we can see each lead as they come in, and we would have the client. So this is something that we have for our clients where they would have to, update stages where the lead's at. Is this an MQL or marketing qualified lead, right? Is this a viable lead? Is this somebody that we can actually close, whether it's now or 6 months down the line, right? This, is different depending on your buy box or whatever the case is, right? What state is the property in? Because we have some clients that are running virtual markets. So we want to see, okay, let's say they're in Texas, right? Let's say they're in Texas, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Mexico, like all these different states. We want to be able to pinpoint exactly where the best leads and best or the most deals are coming from. That way we could scale it accordingly, right? And the reason why this is so important is because we want to be able to feed and pinpoint exactly where we're getting our best data. That way from there, we could scale and reallocate budget properly, right? And I know it's a simple change, but people don't do it, which is the ridiculous part. People that I see, at least most agencies, the reason why they suck, and if you're working with an agency right now and your lead quality or your lead volume is not consistent, this is exactly why. This is a tool that we use for all of our clients to have proper attribution and be able to scale our campaigns with consistency while maintaining a high level of lead quality, or MQLs is what we refer to it as. We want to see touch points, right? So how many touch points do we need in order to actually close that lead? And this right here, this is a sample, obviously. So you see a little progress bar. I think it's cool because we would average it out because we use this data to actually scale, right? The phone numbers, if they have any other phone numbers, the last contact date, follow up, the next contact date. So the reason why I think this is so important is because there's actually a like a plan of action, right? There's action items as opposed to just throwing shit up in the air and, never you lose track of it, falls through the cracks. So for us, we built it out for our clients to have plan of actions, next steps. That way we know exactly what's going on and when the next touch point should be. Now, I want to make something really, really clear. This is not a replacement for your CRM. Our clients still use Podio. They still use Salesforce, REsimpli, whatever the case is. This is simply for us to be able to track exactly where the best leads are coming from so we can feed that data back to the platforms, whether that's Facebook or PPC. And funny thing is, this sheet is not only for PPC or Facebook ads, not only for inbound marketing. You can use this for cold calling as well. So, for example, campaign, if you have, I don't know how people name campaigns these days, but how I would do it is I want to see like who the cold caller came from, or which cold caller it came from, or which list it came from, things like that. That way we can pinpoint, okay, fuck, this foreclosure lead list got us the most contracts, right? And then campaign B, for example, would have gotten us the most leads with 0 deals. So the question is, do we scale the first one where it's getting us a lot of deals and little leads? Or do we scale the second one where it's giving us a lot of leads and little to no deals, right? Most of the time, you should be scaling the first one, the one that is actually producing deals, because at the end of the day, that's what we're optimizing for. Where most agencies fail is because of the fact, or when I say agencies, I mean agencies that run ads for wholesalers and wholesalers who run inbound marketing. They fail because they don't know. They have zero clarity, zero attribution of where the item or the conversion event, I guess is a better way to put it, of what they're really optimizing for comes from. For example, in Facebook or PPC, the only thing you can track is number of leads that come in for the most part, right? This is generic, average agency. You could set up custom conversions, APIs, etc. But let's just speak with the average agency, the average wholesaler. The way they run ads is they simply just track and optimize around leads, right? So what if you're scaling a campaign that is generating you a lot of leads, but 0 deals? Why would you put more money to that, right? And let's say campaign B is getting you a quarter of the leads, 75% less lead volume, right? So in your head, in the media buyer's head, in the agency's head, they're like, well, shit, this campaign's trash. They cut off the campaign that's actually getting you deals. So my question for you is like, are you optimizing for leads or deals? The answer should be deals. If you're optimizing for leads, I don't know what to tell you at this point, right? But the answer is you should be optimizing for deals. And this sheet that we build out, and you could build out something similar, gives us that clarity. So the way I look at it is like, okay, and this is just the attribution. We haven't even gone to the high level data tracking, which we'll dive into. And I'm really excited about this because I've not seen one single person talk about this, and it's crazy to me, right? Because this is like common practice. And the fact that people don't do it is really concerning to me because let's say you're a more established wholesaler, right? So one of our clients, they basically dominate Phoenix, Arizona, genuinely that entire state. They're spending about $1,500 to $2,000 per day, right? So that's about 45. They're more of like 1,800. So 1,800 times 30 is, I can't remember. 1,800 times 30. That's about $55,000 per month in ad spend. You slack up for one day, there goes $2,000. And for some people, that's their entire marketing budget. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's levels to this. Anyways, if you slack up because you have wrong data attribution, you could burn that much money, right? So this is why I feel like this is so important. And it's funny because nobody ever talks about this, which is ridiculous. But hey, It's better, makes it easier for me. Hey, hope you're enjoying this video. By the way, if you're a virtual wholesaler who's closing 2 or more deals per month and you're looking to scale with the exact inbound marketing system that we use to generate 4, 5, or even 10x return on their ad spends with Facebook or PPC, click the link in the description or in the comments to schedule a call with either me or a member of my team, and I'd love to show you exactly how we can help. With that said, back to the video. But on the dashboard, you could see here, obviously this is a sample account, but we could track the high level KPIs, right? So contracts sent per viable lead. So what's the ratio? Assignment or contract signed per agreement signed. So offer accepted rate, basically. Agreement signed to viable, right? So MQL to signed contract. What is that percentage? And all of this, you can read it yourself. We could track, leads, deals per month. The lead status, we see where all the leads are coming from. Why is that the case? We can diagnose whether it's a sales constraint or a marketing constraint. And this is just, formulas on the side, so ignore those for now. But yeah, this is something that I think is really important, and I hope you guys get a lot of value out of this. I know it's simple, but as always, I like to leave these videos with action items. And my biggest action item would be create or hire some dude or woman off of Fiverr or one of your friends that's good at tech and have them create something like this, right? Because it's truly a relief when you're able to go into your marketing campaigns, whatever the case is, and you're able to track exactly where the lead and the deal came from, right? Because it just feels good. And then when you're allocating, you're trying to scale that campaign, it actually performs. Because if you're putting money behind the wrong thing, you're optimizing for the wrong thing, leads as an example, you get more leads, but no deals, right? So I'm really passionate about this, and I'm going to be creating another video talking about like how we not only use this sheet to scale our clients and their campaigns to get not only consistent deal flow, but or consistent high quality lead flow and deal flow, but how we leverage, like I said, the theory of constraints to actually scale it. It's a video I'm really, really excited about because I've not seen a single person talk about this. And I think people need to understand that this is how we scale inbound marketing. This is what a real marketing campaign looks like. This is how you make your marketing campaigns actually profitable, right? Because people are happy at a 2x ROAS, which is great. Set the bar low. That way I can over deliver. But it's like if you can get a 5x for every dollar you put in, you get $5 out. Who wouldn't scale the hell out of that? Great. So I hope you enjoyed that part. What you just saw is the exact lead tracking sheet that we use for our clients to scale. Now, what I want to talk about next is the inbound marketing flywheel and how it works. So what you see here is ads specifically from the ads manager that generates leads, right? So you're going to see it's in red for a reason. And the way Facebook looks at it is that it goes straight back, right? So the way these ad platforms work is whenever you run ads, it generates leads and it will count that, assuming you set up your conversion tracking properly, and then it will go back into the ads manager. So to them, they're like, oh, I did a good job. I'm generating leads. Let me go more into this pocket of audience and get more of that. Now, I just said leads, as in a volume of leads. We're not even talking about quality. But here's the issue with most ad platforms and why they suck, assuming you don't use proper data attribution, right? If you're optimizing for the most amount of leads at the lowest cost per leads, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble, right? Because you're going to have a lot of leads that suck. So next step in this funnel or this flywheel is MQLs. Now, if you don't know what MQLs are, it's simply our marketing term for marketing qualified leads, right? In other words, it's a seller who actually needs to sell as opposed to just wanting to sell. They're going through a pain point, whether it's foreclosure, they can't make their mortgage payments, whatever the case is, and they're looking to sell in 90 days or less. Those are some characteristics that we look for in order to judge an MQL. From there, there's appointments. Right? Appointments is basically a seller appointment. You call them up, you qualify them, make sure they're a good fit. They get an appointment with the acquisition manager, or it's a walkthrough, right? There's contracts. If the appointment was to the acquisition manager went well, you lock it up under a contract, and more specifically, a purchase and sale contract if you didn't know. And then out of that, hopefully it converts into money. Now, here's the issue. We're not optimizing for the most amount of leads. We're optimizing for money right here, also known as contracts, right? But the ad platforms don't know that. So how do we get this data right here and feed that data back to the ads manager? That way they get us more of this, they get us more contracts and money, as opposed to more leads. You're going to see what I mean in a second here. But this is where most ad platforms fail. This is where most agencies fail. They don't have proper data attribution, and they're not training your pixel. If you don't know what pixel is, it's basically a piece of code on your landing page where it helps with two main things. Number one is helping target the right audience, so creating audiences, custom audiences. And the second thing is conversion tracking, right? And that's where most agencies fail. That's why most campaigns that are ran by other agencies or wholesalers themselves, they suck, right? So let's talk about what this means in the ad account specifically. So most agencies, a data set, by the way, is just the pixel. So what pixel is installed on the website. So let's say you have your main pixel, right? But what conversion event are we optimizing for? Are we optimizing for leads, which is a motivated seller lead? Are we optimizing for qualified schedules, also known as MQLs or appointments? Sure. Are we optimizing for conversions, also known as sales or contracts? That's my question for you. Are we optimizing for leads, appointments, or contracts? What do you want at the end of the day to know that, hey, this campaign is profitable and is successful? The answer should be contracts, right? Also known as high-risk conversion. This is what we're optimizing for, and we use that via Conversions API, right? So I actually want to give a better example that with real data, right? And this is a simple and a short video, but it's really, really powerful because this is how you solve lead quality forever, right? It's the real term for it is called pixel conditioning. So right here, you see we have 4 campaigns. Oh no, 5 campaigns. Silly me. I don't know why there's there's one right there. Cool. So let's just rename it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 campaigns. Let's say we haven't looked at this part yet. Let's ignore that part right now, right? Let's only focus on these leads and cost per lead. Without all the numbers, without the rest of the numbers, let's look at these campaigns right here. And to the average media buyer, which campaign do you think they would determine as the winner, right? To them, they'll look at this and look for the lowest cost per lead, which is right here, campaign 2. So this is the lowest cost per lead, $26, right? Now let's erase this X out of the way. But this is where the challenge begins, right? The media buyer will look at this and be like, oh, it's the lowest cost per lead. Let's put all of our money around it, right? Because when it comes to media buying, for us, we have 3 main phases. Testing to see what works, optimizing, so turning off what's not working and scaling what is working, and then scaling, increasing more budget, reallocating budget to what is working. That way we can get more and squeeze the juice of what's working, right? So right now, they think that campaign 2 is the winner and they're going to reallocate budget towards it. So let's look at the next step. Let's say we're looking at calls, right? Let's say we're optimizing for high-risk qualified schedules, right? Which one is also the winner? Right here. It looks like campaign 2 is also the winner because we're getting the lowest cost per call right now, lowest cost per appointment right now, which is great. But are we optimizing for leads or appointments here? Neither. We're optimizing for deals. So let's go a step further. We are so if we go to sales here, we see right here that there's not a single sale that has been made from campaign 2. The only sales that have been made are right here and these 2 right here. Right? We know with the data and attribution, we know that these campaigns 4 and 5 here are the winners, right? And we know that because our cost per contract right here is like $670 and this one's almost $1,000. These other campaigns 2 and 3 haven't gotten us anything. I'm sorry for the mess. But campaigns 2 and 3 haven't gotten us anything. Campaign 1's gotten us 1 contract. So right here, we see that campaigns 4 and 5 have both gotten us deals and cost per contracts of less than $1,000. So these are actually the winners. And hopefully you're seeing, and you're catching on with me, the importance of data attribution and why most marketers fail. Because if you go back to the cost per lead level, right, for campaign 4 and 5, these are almost double what the other cost per leads are, right? This one's almost $45. This one's almost $50, right? It's double the average cost per lead. So assuming you shut these campaigns down, you wouldn't have gotten these deals. But with proper data attribution, you see that you've gotten deals out of this. And hopefully that makes sense and you go tell your marketer this, because if you're fighting for quality leads and you're getting a lot of leads and they're crap, but you're not getting a lot of deals, this is your problem. This is the problem. Their inbound marketing flywheel is non-existent, right? You're not feeding the platforms the correct data, and as a result, you're getting shit results, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you now see the importance of proper attribution and the impact that a strong feedback loop and software does to your business. I hope you enjoyed this video, and more importantly, I hope you got a lot of value out of it. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video, comment any questions or concerns you have that you're running into right now, and I'd love to answer them personally. And subscribe, right? If you like this video, you want to see more videos, subscribe and turn on the post bell notification. That way you see. And finally, if you are a virtual wholesaler who's closing 2 or more deals per month and you're looking to scale with the exact inbound marketing system that we use, and then install the exact inbound flywheel that way you get consistently high quality leads that convert into deals, click the link in the description or in the comments, and I'd love to sit down and speak to you personally about how we can implement this into your business. That way you scale, make more money, make more profit at the end of the day. With that said, my name is Benjamin, CEO and founder at Bolt Deals, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.